It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Marque Carrington, the owner of Keys to Success basketball podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Brandon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to start a basketball podcast to help coaches?
Yeah, so I knew, man, it was probably around 2009. I was bored. Not I want to say bored. That's a bad word to use, but I felt like I wanted to do more in the game of basketball than what I was currently doing at the time. And I kind of consulted with two a gentleman that I was working for at the time, or coaching under at the time, Greg Burton, uh, Coach Burton, and then Bill Pope. He's a gentleman that recruited me in college, and that we remained very, very good friends at the time, and still do to this day. But I reached out to them. I was just talking through conversation, and through those conversations, um, realized. I mean, throughout my life, I was always about helping people. From coaching, from playing, I knew a lot of coaches and different connections in different areas or whatever. So just throughout those conversations, it came out that, like, look, the suggestion was made, why don't you start doing clinics? And I was like, well, yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, I love hosting, and it all kind of just fell in place. And from there, I started calling. I called a few people, called a few friends that I knew that could probably get it done, and I organized something probably within the, I guess, 2 or 3 months. I organized my first clinic, and it's just been great ever since, man. And I'm excited. I'm happy to continue to help grow the game, and hopefully leave a positive legacy when my time on this earth is done. So really enjoying what I'm doing, man, and I'm just very fortunate to have a lot of good people that's in the business willing to help and be a part of what I'm trying to do at Key to Success.
Can you talk about the clinics that you have run?
Yeah. So I've done, so clinic wise, man, probably almost close to 25 or so now. I've done, obviously, before the pandemic, a lot of the clinics were done in person, most on-court clinics. Some were ballroom or auditorium style. I've done recruiting forums for 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 um, for student athletes and their parents and coaches, where I bring in coaches. And Paul Biancardi, he came in. He moderated that particular event, and I had see Dwayne West and Coach John Thompson from North Carolina Wesleyan, and I want to say, well, I had one more individual I can't remember. Actually, I had two. I had Robert Brickey, former Duke player, Duke star from the '90s, and a compliance officer from a local university. So we did an event there, here in Raleigh, I should say, where we did a recruiting forum to help parents and players understand the recruiting process. We've done, or I should say, I've done, wow, athletic leadership forum for athletic administrators, that's inspiring um, athletic administrators, and that goes for, like, as far as athletic directors and things of that sort. So, man, I've just been all over the place helping sponsor tournaments for young people, basketball tournaments. So I've tried to just, kind of do a little bit of everything over the years since 2009, Brandon. So again, I'm excited and just grateful, from what we've been able to do, and excited for what's to come in the future.
Who are some well-known people that you have interviewed?
Well-known. Let's see. So some people, some well-known coaches who have been involved with some of the clinics or events. I would say North Carolina at Chapel Hill, AD, Bubba Cunningham, Josh Pastner at Georgia Tech, Hall of Famer Bob Hurley Sr. He spoke at one of our clinics. C.Y. Young, very well known and respected assistant coach at Florida State. Mark Goffrey, former NC State head men's basketball coach. Kevin Eastman, former assistant coach with the Boston Celtics and Clippers, longtime assistant, or I should say head collegiate coach. Man, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but again, very fortunate to have worked with a lot of people. Shay Ralph, assistant coach at UConn. Ken Pomeroy, analytics guru, and just many more. I apologize if I've missed anybody, but again, whether it's state championship coaches, very well known travel ball coaches, man, I just been fortunate enough. Like I said, Paul Biancardi, who else? Jay Billis, Al Pinkins at University of Florida, Mike Boynton at Oklahoma State. So the list goes on and on and on. So again, very fortunate.
Can you talk about how you get some of the coaches and even like people in the sports like Jay Billis on your podcast?
I would say through relationships, just relationships, man. I go to a lot of clinics myself. I host a lot of clinics and different sporting events, but I go to a lot of events where coaches are, and I meet them. I meet the coaches, and whether it's myself, maybe I know someone that knows, the particular coach or person. But again, just building relationships, man. So I build relationships. I reach out, and I may not get a yes the first time, but I'm pretty persistent when it comes to going out and getting different speakers. And a lot of times, Brandon, to be honest with you, I have a lot of coaches will reach out to me and just want to be a part of what we're doing at KTS. And a lot of coaches, they just enjoy they get to really share X and O's and program building. Just share some of the things they've learned over the years and pass it on. And that's pretty much what KTS basketball is all about. It's about giving back. It's about sharing and giving back. And giving back, that could go for your time, resources, knowledge, money, whatever you want to call it. That's what key to success is about. That's what KTS stands for, is key to success. So that's what I'm about. I'm about giving back, and a lot. Again, fortunately enough, I've had a lot of coaches who are willing to give back and share their knowledge and time with other coaches over the years.
Can you talk about what are some of the different panels that you have?
Well, yeah, just like basically what I just said. Again, different clinics. Through COVID, we've had to do everything virtual, obviously. So I've done some recruiting. I did a roundtable discussion with some different college coaches on the men's and women's side, high school boys and high school girls as well. Most recently, I did a roundtable event, a Father's Day, which was pretty cool. And I didn't get all that I wanted out of it, but I was able to do, and I forgot about Tubby Smith, when you talked about well-known coaches that I've worked with on some events. But I did a Father's Day event with Tubby Smith and his son Gigi. They coached together at High Point University, so we were able to do that. I did it, as mentioned before, athletic leadership. Most recently, formed with Dr. Christine Kelly. She was at Dartmouth at the time, but now she's an athletic administrator at Vanderbilt. Bubba Cunningham, athletic director at North Carolina Chapel Hill, and Adrienne Sweeney. She's at UConn. She's a athletic administrator at UConn, assistant athletic director. So we've done that, and just a host of different private kind of roundtable discussions about X and O's and program building stuff. So again, very fortunate, man, and just during this pandemic time, man, I really learn a lot about myself and other people, and it's been a plus. I know it's a lot of negative things that we can say about COVID and the pandemic, but I'm very fortunate. I'm happy to. There's some positives, I should say. Long story short, that we've been able to continue to pass out good dialogue and information to coaches and help them grow in this great game of basketball.
Can you talk about, of course, how do you work with time different schedules? Like, of course, like if you had somebody on the East Coast and then on the West Coast coming on the panel.
Yeah, good question. Well, just try to plan the right way, or just try to get in front of any kind of issues. So I would, as far as the East Coast goes, I wouldn't start anything before say 2 o'clock standard time, because I know that obviously over in the West Coast, that's early in the morning. So I just try to make sure planning is right. That's when it comes, when it comes to planning the event, that's one of the things especially with it being virtual, that's one of the things that you really hit on, time difference. And again, it's a lot of, but it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's a good point. When you talk about time zones, that could get a little dicey. So we try to make sure it's convenient for all. Yeah.
Can you talk about the athletic leadership and what that offers?
Yep. So the athletic leadership conference or forum that we did, basically, again, that was for inspiring athletic administrators, those who are actually in that field, and then, it's just the people, the individuals, I should say, that was involved. They pretty much they went in and they just shared with us how they go about making decisions when it comes to hiring and firing. When it comes to how they go about leading coaches, they gave some very good information to coaches who are like assistant coaches who are in that second, third, fourth seat, who have who want to move to that first seat. Like, what do they look for when they talk about hiring coaches? And not only in basketball, but football, lacrosse, what have you, soccer. So they gave some very, very good content on what they look for and how coaches can go about presenting themselves, and how they can, how they can help themselves move to that first seat as a head coach. And it was just great. And again, I try to shoot out different things throughout the year. I try to shoot out different things that were said during that meeting and other events that I've had, and it was a lot of positive feedback from that. The panel did a great job. Needless to say, very, very good job.
Can you talk about what are some of your future plans for KTS basketball?
Now, Brett, I can't tell you my secrets. But there's some good stuff coming. I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of wired weird, like oddly. I stay up very, very late. I always have ideas coming in my mind, and I'll put them down on paper. And I have a really tight circle of people that I will shoot or bounce ideas off of. And so I have some good things coming. So stay tuned. I'm looking forward to some things and really helping this evolve a little bit. But again, it's about helping, and whether, I don't care who it is, man. I want to help grow the game of basketball and help those who want to be in the game, whether it's coaching, whether it's playing, whether it's being in an athletic administration field, what have you, all basketball, everything basketball. So I'm just looking forward to it, man. But I got some good things that are going to come out here hopefully soon.
What advice would you give upcoming future people looking to start their own sports panel with coaches?
I would say plan. I would say go with your heart, go with your gut. There's no such thing as failing. Like, try it. If it's not what you want it to be, try it again. I would say, just again, don't be afraid to be told no. I would go wherever these individuals, whatever field or whatever you're looking to do, go where these people are. Like, if you want to do clinics, make sure you attend clinics, and so on, for an example. So don't be afraid to fail. Go with your heart and just go for it. And if it doesn't go the way you want it to go the first time, just keep plugging at it. Eventually, if it's good, people are going to follow. People are going to want to be involved in it, and just don't stop. Stay persistent and keep working.
Where can my listeners find KTS basketball on social media?
So on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, we're at KTS Basketball. Again, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at KTS Basketball. And I try to update things on a daily basis. And again, I try to give coaches a platform to share what they know. And so yeah, just always looking for new ideas and everything. So if you're a coach and you're looking for different things, program building or X and O wise, just go on there and you can find some good stuff. I hope.
That's wonderful. Thank you again for your interview and best of luck with KTS basketball.
Brandon, thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. And hey, good job, man. Good luck. And look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for your interview and best of luck.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.